Hello guys and welcome to VoloKin project. It's Tony here. So today I'm going to do a quick review of the ZTE Nubia Z60s Pro. And in case you're wondering, Tony, why you're making this review now considering the phone came out in May 2024? Well, simply because the newer version, the Nubia Z70, is already out. So basically, if you paid 700 British pounds over here in the UK in 2024 upon release, you got screwed, my friend, and I'm gonna tell you why. I bought this phone in the Black Friday sale from AliExpress for 230 pounds, guys. Considering this phone still costs 450 over here in the UK, that's an amazing price. However, there is a catch. Now, when I usually do the first impressions and unboxing videos, sometimes I'm overly excited simply because I didn't pay much for a phone like that. But after that, after I use it for a couple of weeks, I realized that actually that is the correct price for this phone. So let me explain. First of all, you have a case included in the box. Make sure you watch the unboxing experience, of course, if you're interested. However, I don't like this case because the sides were exposed and overall it was adding bulk on top of the bottom of the phone. So instead I got myself this nice silicone case over here which covers the camera and everything else. So I'm gonna just take the case off for the sake of the video now, and I'm gonna take you very quickly on a tour of this phone. On the cameras, we're gonna talk about the cameras well a little bit later on. However, you should know that there's a massive bulge over here, guys. So when you're holding the phone like that, your finger is always somewhere around here, which is not very convenient and is definitely top heavy like this. Let me decrease the brightness of the screen a little bit. And overall, I would say I really love the design of this phone. It looks simplistic yet modern. However, it's a proper brick, guys. The phone is way too heavy. The sides are squared off like that. There is no curvature whatsoever and is just too thick and too heavy. When you put a case on top of that, and it becomes a little bit too much to my liking. Now on the side you have a programmable switch over here, which is reached like that, and it has a really nice tactile feature. The power button is at the right place. They're all made of metal. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. In terms of the speakers, there is no 3.5mm jack. You have a top speaker over here, bottom speaker over here. The volume distribution is like 70-30, and although it is, well, definitely loud enough, the quality is not the best. So I've definitely seen better ones, I've seen worse. I would say the quality is satisfactory, guys. Now, in terms of the battery capacity of this phone, I think it was 5100, something like that. You have a 80-watt charger in the box, which gives you 55% in 15 minutes, 88% in half an hour, and 100% in about 40 minutes. Now, Oppo has had faster charging times ever since, well, the Oppo Find X from 2018, I believe. However, it is not bad and is definitely quick enough, guys, but it's just not the best. Keep that in mind. Now, another thing is the unlocking situation. Did you see how much time it took the phone to understand that I have actually lifted it up and now can't verify your face, right? So the fingerprint reader works 100% of the time and is really accurate, guys. However, the lift wake and the face unlock, I'm a little bit disappointed because check this out. Okay, now it worked, but the majority of the time you just lift the phone up, the fingerprint icon over here lights up and nothing happens. You actually have to press the button to activate the face unlock, or just use the fingerprint reader like that, which is a little bit disappointing, but it's not the end of the world, guys. And in terms of world, you can see the planet spinning over here for a couple of seconds. You have a bunch of preloaded wallpapers, which are of really nice quality, I would say. You can change the icons, you can change the colors, you've got the dark mode, you've got everything. Now, in terms of software, you're gonna get the regular issues with the updates. Since I got this phone, I got only one update, and it's from October, and now it's the end of December when I'm filming this video. So forget about regular updates, and you're gonna get lucky if it gets Android 15, but 16, just forget about it, guys. Now the other thing about the software is there's a couple of issues which you know, are not very nice. For example, you start typing something over here and you're like, oh my god, I made a mistake, let me just come back to that, boom, and it closes like that. Well, like, you're still typing, you wanted to type something, it closes like that. The other thing is, in terms of the Bluetooth connection, I've tried to send the file on 3 different phones and it didn't work with any of these phones, guys. So considering that that's a modern smartphone, there is no reason not to be able to send files over Bluetooth, but yet you cannot. The other thing is, the phone has a you know, infrared port for remote control of various appliances. However, there is no application for that, so pretty much you have to download a third-party application just to use this function, which is absolutely crazy to me, guys. That shouldn't be the case. These are very simple applications. There are some free applications as well, and although it's not the end of the world, you know, it is the software. And the other thing is, let me talk about the screen real quick now. 120 hertz screen, massive 6.7-inch screen, 3.5K resolution. By the way, I'm preparing a video which explains the different resolutions of the phone, what is Quad HD, what is 2K, what is 1.5K. I'm gonna release that real soon. In the meantime, this is a 3.5K screen, really high resolution, flat panel. Over here you can see the cheap you know, screen protector I bought from AliExpress. Is already peeling on this side after 2 weeks, but nevertheless, so the screen is brilliant, guys. It's one of the best screens I have ever seen. It's really saturated, it's really nice. However, the 120 hertz you know, optimization, I left it to auto because so many applications didn't seem to be optimized for that, that I just turned it off. It was introducing even more lag. So now on you know, on the auto mode, this should give us a pretty much excellent performance all the time. However, this is not exactly the case, guys. Sometimes I can see lag and I'm really not impressed about that. The other thing is the RAM issues. Now, bloody hell, this phone has 12 gigabytes of RAM and I'm not sure how much I've enabled over here. Let me just have a look. Now, to be honest with you, it's been a while. It's been a while since I had RAM issues with phones. So basically, I have 12 gigabytes hardware and 12 gigabytes software boosted, 24 gigabytes of RAM, guys, and still some applications have to reload. And sometimes I've noticed that, let's, for example, open up YouTube, let's open up Chrome, let's open up, what else we're gonna open up? I'm not sure. Cleanup, we're gonna open up, let's say hot UK deals, we're gonna open up which one, material files, and check this out. You want to go back to, I don't know, let's see, you want to go back to, okay, YouTube over here. This time it worked. Oh my god, what is that? Okay, Maxim Barry, I have an excuse over here. This guy is a comedian, so yeah. So yes, of course now it's not gonna do it, but let's say you turn off the phone, you switch it off in a couple of minutes time, you try to open an application, the application itself reloads and it takes you exactly where you were. However, it still reloads, guys, and with 24 gigabytes of RAM, this is absolutely unacceptable in my opinion to have RAM issues, guys. So yeah, the screen, although brilliant, although the performance is definitely there, it seems like it's not optimized for some applications, which is definitely a firmware issue, because previously I used the Oppo Find X7 with the Dimensity 9300-9400. It was the smoothest phone I've ever used, guys. However, this one isn't. It's definitely good enough, it's flagship grade, but I would have expected from Snapdragon you know, Gen 2 to be a little bit more optimized on this particular device. Now, let's talk about gaming a little bit. I've run 3D Mark over here, guys, and my results, no benchmark, really? I'm pretty sure I did the benchmark. Well, probably before the update or something like that. So basically, very little throttling and excellent for long gaming sessions, guys. Definitely recommended for the gamers out there. I expected it to throttle a little bit more, but no, it doesn't. And it pretty much is on par with the, as I said, the Dimensity 9300 found in the X7, because that one heats up very quickly and throttles after just 10 minutes. This one keeps steady all the time. So in terms of gaming, I am actually quite happy with that. One thing I forgot to mention about the battery life earlier is that it is actually very good, guys. It is not the best. I've seen is between 6.5 and 8.5 hours of screen on time. Sometimes I can get 5.5 hours of screen on time without doing anything different in particular. Sometimes I get 8.5, and in 2 occasions I've noticed that the phone turned off like overnight, which is very weird, guys. But yeah, that's the reality, and overall I would say that I'm happy with the battery life. And now, finally, before I announce my VoloKin Spectrum scoring system, where I rate every single phone that I ever had, guys, let's talk about the cameras quickly. And probably the biggest letdown of this phone is the camera department, unfortunately. And that's the one thing that differentiates the premium phones from the, let's say, premium mid-range phones, of course, from the flagships. Now, at the front, we have a, let me check the sensor over here, guys. We have a 16 megapixel OmniVision sensor over here, guys. You can see the camera, there is a small cutout over here, almost not noticeable over here. However, 16 megapixel OmniVision sensor, the photos are inconsistent, they're a little bit washed out, and I'm really not happy with the photo quality, unfortunately. There is video, guys, there is video 1080p, there is no 4K, but there is no stabilization whatsoever, so pretty much you end up with a video looking like that, which is definitely not satisfactory with any phone you know, released after 2020. But there we go. Now, at the back, you think that we are talking about some serious proper, you know, camera phone over here. However, that's not exactly the case, guys. You have an 8 megapixel Hynix telephoto sensor, which quality is quite bad. And the other thing is, when you try to, let's say, let me show you something very quickly on the camera, guys. You try to take a photo, for example, of this object over here. And what you do is you put the 80mm, which is the one, and you can see that everything is blurry over here simply because the phone didn't activate. Let's have a look. Now in this case it's weird, it works. But sometimes what you try to do is, let's say you're close up like that, sometimes you switch to the other camera and you can see that it is blurry simply because it cannot you know, activate the macro mode automatically on this camera. And on this camera it actually does. You can see macro mode activated, but not on this one. On this one it's not gonna activate macro mode. It stays on macro mode because of the previous camera, but automatically it doesn't want to do it, guys. And the quality of these photos is not good at all, guys. Now the other thing is, we have a 50 megapixel OmniVision super wide angle camera over here, and to be honest with you, when someone says super wide angle, usually it isn't, but this one, it really is super wide angle, guys, and in my opinion is a little bit too wide and objects are way too distorted, guys. And now you would think that the saving grace is the main 50 megapixel IMX, well, Sony IMX 906 sensor over here, and unfortunately no. When you have a look at photos like this, for example, always the focus is in the middle, guys, which is great for portrait photos, but overall it is pretty bad for any kind of other photos, guys, because, well, the focus is just in the center, and as far as I'm aware there is no setting to actually change that. So yeah, nighttime pictures are not very good from this camera as well. And in terms of video, guys, you have 8K 30 FPS without stabilization. My computer just refuses to read 8K for whatever reason. You have 4K 120 FPS, which is excellent, no stabilization. 4K 60 FPS, no stabilization. 4K 30 FPS, finally we have stabilization, but it is not good, guys. You can have a quick look at the example over here. Okay guys, so this is 8K 30 FPS. That's the first time I'm seeing that. Usually it's 24 FPS in this tempo, but 30 FPS. Let's give it a go. Let's see what happens if we run a little bit. Okay. And also something that you don't see every day is 4K 120 FPS, guys. If we run, we get results like that. And this is 4K 60 FPS with stabilization on. So if you run, we get results like that. And finally we got the good old 4K 30 FPS with stabilization on. When we run, we get results like that. 1080p, it's so old that it's kind of pointless for me to test. So yeah. So overall the camera situation is, well, let's say poor. Let's say not holiday approved, guys, because this is my benchmark for a camera phone. Is it good to go on a holiday with it? And unfortunately in this particular case I would say no. What I've done is I've sold my Oppo Find X7 and basically for half of the money I bought this phone, and I thought that that would be a good replacement. However, it is not, guys. And you can have a look at the VoloKin Spectrum scoring system over here, and the phone gets only 38 out of 50, which is on par with the Nothing Phone 1, which was a mid-range phone to begin with from the start, and this was supposed to be ZTE's flagship over here, guys. So unfortunately, is that a premium mid-ranger? Yes, I would say so. However, it is no flagship by any means, and considering the phone is just 5 months, 6 months old right now, well, what can I say, guys? Although my overall experience with the phone is not too bad, you know, considering all of its shortcomings and whatnot, I can say that I would not recommend this phone if you're not a gamer. If you're gaming, the big battery, the excellent Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, you know, the smooth gaming experience, the not very much throttling is very, very good, guys. However, if you're a camera guy like me, this is definitely not the phone for you guys. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. That was Tony from VoloKin Project. Let me know if you well, are you using this phone? Are you happy with it? What are your thoughts? Because, you know, I might be wrong. I'm a little bit Oppo biased, to be honest with you. And some bonus content at the end of this video for my true subscribers, guys. I got an absolute unicorn recently, guys. The original Oppo Find N3 with the rotating camera at the back in absolutely mint condition. Pretty much you cannot find this phone anymore, and even in good condition, guys. It is pretty impossible nowadays. But yeah, a video coming on that soon on my channel. So yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe to VoloKin Project, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much for watching, and adios.